Hello, hello, hello. Sorry about that, everyone. I had actually run away from my computer for a moment. Hope everyone is doing. Well. I hope everyone is doing 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 well. I hope ever Well, today we are in Imola for Can-Am Tier 2 completely wet session, as you can see at the minute. Not exactly a favourite for the drivers, especially around here, because grip-wise, not always great. AP, head exception, how are you both doing today? And now I've got no drink left. Brilliant. Right. Who is on? Oh, there we go. That explains who's on laps. Clint just gone fastest with 32.3. Fives will be next across the line with 32.0. 3 tenths quicker. Builder with a 30.6. Absolutely flying in so far with timed laps. We've got Icy next across the line, slowest so far. 13 minutes to go, plenty of time to knock some more time off his own. Jensen and Jay breaking into the 129s early on in this session. We are 6 minutes in roughly. But here we go then. What will Tier 2 bring us today? Fairly close qualifying over the course of this season so far. Aero setting a fastest sector 1 as we see there, down towards the end of sector 2. Don't know if you saw I am retired. Why is that? What that's like? I did see you disappeared, but kept out of it, to be fair. Aero will be crossing the line in a minute. Limerick, Mike D with a 28.9, half a second quicker than Jensen so far. Can Aero bring that time? Some competition? He can indeed, at 28.8. Track seems to be getting quicker and quicker as we go through this session. I was trying to find William, and there he goes into P1 with a 27.6. Jeez, 1.2 seconds quicker. That guy's qualifying is just different level at times. Like, holy shit. Let's jump to Alex. He's in section 1 so far, 27.7, fastest we've seen in this session. So Alex through the end of sector 2, his qualifying this season. I didn't actually see what sector 2 time was. That is gutting, but he's looked fairly strong in the majority of qualifyings this season. Can he go for another pole position? I believe he has got the most of this season so far, but I'll double check that. There we go, at 27.2, another 4 tenths quicker than Williams' time, and puts the Haas into provisional pole position so far. Split 3-3. Okay. What is this message? Let's head to the only other person I can see that hasn't set a lap time yet. Flyers invalidated as that, not ideal at the minute. What is William and Aero doing at the minute? Both on more laps at the minute. See how he goes through this second sector then. Quickest overall, he's taken another second off of his time. Currently going to be topping the timing sheets. And there we go, Mike with a 26.8. This track getting quicker and quicker through the session. Still looks rather damp currently. The rain has stopped for the time being as well. Let's jump on board one of the drivers and see what it is like. Okay, so the rain's still coming down. Definitely not as heavy as what it was around 7 or 8 minutes ago, so not too bad whatsoever. Is Alex on another lap? He is indeed. We'll see how he gets on. One of the few contenders at the minute for pole position. It's a little bit down on his time. He's had some traffic to contend with through that hairpin and towards the end of the first sector. How much time will it how much harm will it have done to this lap? We'll find out in a second as we head towards the end of this sector. He's just shy of a 10th up on his time. Not quite going to be enough for provisional pole at the minute. We'll keep him in that top three places currently. Where to go? Let's head to Jensen on a slower lap at the minute. Panda into 5th with that previous lap, 27.4. Rowdy in 7th place. Riles smashing at 125.6 in so far, roughly 10 milliseconds quicker than the Ferrari so far. And how will he be another driver to contend for this pole position at the end of qualifying in 6 minutes time? It's a few drivers just on slower laps at the minute. Exception, you were actually leading 4-3 beforehand. That's crazy how close you two were. Exception, Alex, putting in a lap 2 tenths quicker to retake P1 so far. But in P5, I've not really seen too much of him in this session, running one of the I want to say one of the special liveries, but I don't really remember too much. Will is in P9 at the minute, not too bad for the Ferrari driver whatsoever. Doing quite well in this qualifying, not the easiest of weathers to contend with, especially around Imola. Not exactly the most enjoyable. Icy putting in a 124.8, breaking in to the 124s now. The Aston Martin driver really showing what he can actually do in a car. And can this be a surprise pole position here in Imola? Edgar then being close in second place with a 25.1. Mike was quickest in sector 1 then, and looking to take that place off of Will, and unfortunately invalidates just before the end of sector 2, and that will be him needing to go once again for another lap. Flyer having a very, very difficult qualifying here at the minute, has invalidated another lap. Currently 16th fastest. This is definitely not the qualifying he wants. Gonna jump into the pits. I don't blame him. Hopefully he can get out, get back in and get out with some fresh tyre for another qualifying one. Fair play, Edgar. Don't blame me too much for doing that. So Mercedes and Mike is half a second up so far, or just shy of half a second up at the minute. Currently P9 26.8, roughly 2 seconds off of the current provisional pole time. 2.5 minutes to play with, and how many more drivers are going to be able to get back out, set another lap for this session. So far it is Kenny Icy leading Edgar, with Alex, Riles, William close behind. This could be a fairly... Mike has actually backed out of this lap at the minute. Probably just going to get a little bit more temperature into them tyres. Go again in a second. He's got a fair bit of traffic coming up though. Icy's gone back out. Alex has gone back out. Riles, William, Jensen, Buddha, Jay and Flyer all about to go out on hot laps. Doing their out laps now, with Mike just on his final run of the day here. Final right hander before the end of sector 1 was 4 tenths up previously, now 8 tenths up. Fastest in sector 1 he goes. Using all the as much battery as he possibly can down some of these straights. This is going to be a little bit costly though. As we head towards the end of sector 2, he's going to need to try and gain as much of that back for these next 2 straights coming up. He's not going to give him much left to power down towards the start finish line. 1.5 seconds up. Could this see him jump in to the top 3? Every other driver now about to start flying laps. He's going to hit a huge amount of traffic coming in to this final part of the track. They're also going to get a bit of tow from the racing bulls ahead of him. Into provisional pole for Mike with a 124.5. Icy now. Jensen with a 23.4, smashing that 1.1 seconds quicker than the Mercedes of Mike. Icy through the first sector he goes not too bad. Coming up towards the second sector, Edgar didn't quite get across the line in time. That's unfortunate for him. Alex has invalidated as well. The pressure really starting to ramp up on some of these drivers. Kenny, 8 tenths up, not bad whatsoever for the Aston Martin driver. He has put himself into a fantastic position for pole position in this Imola Grand Prix, and if I'm thinking right, will definitely be his first of the season. And William with a 23.3, Icy with a 23.9. He is extremely close. Buddha with a 20 into P3, Riles into P3 now as well, dropping Buddha down to 4th. William with the fastest lap of the day so far. What is Mike up to? Not too much at the minute. Will into 11th position, not too bad at all, as Flyer having a really difficult qualifying, not ideal for him whatsoever. And there we go then. William in pole position, Jensen second, Miles in third, Buddha in fifth, Icy flying high in 5th place, Jay in 6th, Mike in 7th, Panda in 8th, Aero in 9th, Edgar in 10th, Will in 11th, Alex down in 12th. A very difficult qualifying for him this time around. Clint in 13th, Rowdy in 14th. Welcome back to the grid as well for 5, taking on the McLaren C, I believe for the rest of the season. I'm not 100% sure. And Flyer having a very difficult qualifying in last place. So there we go then, a quick flick through the grid, and a few drivers going out on full wets to start with. Fair few. So yeah, not a bad qualifying whatsoever, a tenth and a bit separating the top couple of drivers. On to the race we go. It is dry by the looks of it, but it could change. We do not know what could happen through these next 32 laps, I think. I can't actually remember. I'll be back in a minute. See you later. go then, underway for the formation. Everyone starting on the medium tyres. Clearly some bad weather potentially on the way in this race. Flyer though on the soft tyres, looking to go short in this first stint in the race. Another quick rundown as we see here. William leads us away in P1. Joining him on the second row is Jensen. On the first row is joining him is Jensen. Second row is the Racing Bull of Lyons and Williams of Puller. Fifth row is Kenny. Fifth row third row is Icy and Jay. Fourth row Mike and Panda. Fifth row Aero and Edgar. Sixth row is 11th and 12th is Will and Alex. Seventh row is Clint and Rowdy, and 13th and 14th respectively. And rounding off the grid towards the back here is 5th in 15th and the Sauber of Flyer in 16th. Just waiting for one or two drivers to catch up to their grid spots. We'll be underway in the next few minutes. Five's just taking a bit of a chill to get to the grid, I guess. Waving to the fans to say I'm back, and we'll be racing underway. That aggressive position for William there into the off the start line, 5 lights, righty-ho, here we go, and William gets off to a huge start there, but Jensen already alongside as we head down towards turn 1 now, and everyone just keeping out of each other's way. William keeps ahead. Jay has a moment, drops to the back of the grid, a huge spin through turn 1 and 2 there. Everyone else looking like they're just getting through fairly nicely then. Panda and Will swapping places. William is still leading through sector 1. Jensen and Buddha just trying to keep the gap close to P1 at the minute. Wiles, Icy and Mike having a little battle here for 4th place with all cars. Still as expected to be close together. We've got a bit of a gap though between Clint and Alex at 11th place. Alex already up 2 places from the start of this race, so a good opening lap for him. And Flyer is round there for the middle part, for the first chicane in sector 2, as we saw there. The tyre strategies, a 4-stop or a 2-stop is the viable options here. Flyer looking to hope to prove that long and do a minimum 2-stop in this race, maybe push out for 1 stop, but who knows, already 10 seconds behind, but it's going to be a huge gap to try and close up now for the Sauber, as we see Jensen is right on the gearbox of the Ferrari driver. How will William cope with this pressure behind him? He's also got the Williams and the Racing Bull behind. Huge amount of pressure for the Ferrari driver coming into the double right-hander there. Icy making a move into P4 in the background there, past Riles, who drops now down to 6th place. Down the inside he goes through the final 2 corners. Can he keep 5th place? He can indeed, past Mike for 5th place, and Mike under serious amount of pressure now from Edgar. Can Edgar also try and push past the Racing Bull? Not able to this time. And a good fight here for 5th position. Nice little shot of the hairpin there, with all drivers making it through nice and clean. Get out of the way, please. We don't need to have you in the height. Who is likely to overtake the next few corners? Alex into P9, up 4 places. Let's watch him for a few laps as Aero Knight has a moment on the exit there. Seems to just let Alex go past and into 8th place it goes. A fantastic start for the Hash driver. He's definitely on his way for a podium in this race if he keeps his pace up. And we do have a full a virtual safety car. Flyer, unfortunately having a moment out the hairpin. As his teammate is in P1, Flyer unfortunately DNFs from this race. You can see that skid marks having just one of those unfortunate slides out of the hairpin by the looks of it. So, virtual safety car was ended at the end of the final lap. We are at lap 5 of this 32 lap race. William in P2 now has lost a lot of ground to Jensen ahead of him. William in P3 with DRS and Ryan's back into P4. Alex has got a unbelievable restart up into 5th place, already up 3 places from the full virtual safety car, and he is 100% on his way to a podium this race, from 13th on the grid into P5 so far. Some of loads of cars very close together, but not too much able to become. DRS trains just starting to take over in this race. Rowdy having a moment there on the exit, the first chicane in the first. But I can't even remember what that is. Right, the first little bit in sector 2. Lost some ground to Will ahead of him. Fives also losing some ground to the rest of the pack at the minute. A couple of movers just a moment ago, I believe. J into P10, I believe now, after overtaking Icy. Unfortunately got 6 places in this race, down to P11. A huge moment for Wiles there. Down, he's dropping right out the points at the minute, down to P10. A bit of a spin. We've also got Icy having a moment on the end of sector 1 there. Alex pushing the limits in this race. Now 3 tenths behind William. Only 7 laps in, he's moved up 9 places already from the start. Fastest lap so far as well is Jensen with 1:15, 1:17.596. Not too bad whatsoever. A country mile ahead of the next fastest lap, which is 1:18.14. Alex, Jay has the next fastest lap, half a second behind with 1:18.0. He jumps into the pits on 6 lap old tyres, clearly not able to do too much. Icy has a moment. We do have another virtual safety car, full track yellow flag at least. And from what I can tell, the virtual safety car hasn't come out at all. The safety car hasn't come out at all. The virtual safety car has, and Jensen has a drive-through penalty. That is not going to be ideal for him here. That's going to be I don't really want that camera angle, but hey ho. Alex is extremely close to William. When Johnson serves this drive through, he is going to probably drop now. He's still got to make his normal pit stop. So he's going to drop down to roughly 8th, maybe 9th after this drive through. Then he also has to do his normal pit stop as well. And this is going to be a fairly easy pass for Alex into P2. But as you see there, just into frame going around turn 2. And Alex already well on his tail, 6 tenths behind, 1.1 after overtaking the Ferrari driver. Adam is on a mission. Alex is on a mission for this race win at the minute. And Jensen, down to 8th place. He's a huge 15 seconds off of P7 at the minute. And a massive drive for him to come. Top 6 cars, top 7 still yet to box. See who did box earlier on. So it was Jay Wiles, Clint Bowdy, all on fresh tyres now. They are on the hards for Jay Wiles, Clint Tinman on the medium tyre. Alex jumping into the pits, aiming up for the undercut on the cars around him. Looking like he will go for the 2-stop strategy. Definitely not going to try and push the 1-stop unless he thinks he's able to do multiple, probably about 23 laps on. I would guess it is hard tyres for him Jensen, another moment for him, down to P13, 20 seconds behind him is Tin Man. What is Jensen going to do? 9.5 medium tyres, and 9.5 mediums, and have gone for a fresh set as well of medium tyres. He's gone from leading this race to P14, and a very, very difficult day of racing for him. A huge train of cars here. We've got Mike actually just a little bit behind now. He's dropped to 2.5 seconds behind. Buddha aiming for the overtake. There is contact between William and Buddha. Buddha trying to go round the outside of the Ferrari driver. They make contact, and it is William ahead with Buddha behind. Panda now closing the gap to 4 tenths. Edgar within 3 tenths of them both, and Johnson with a 3-second penalty. This is definitely not his race today. It is really unfortunate for the Sauber car today. A difficult race for the whole team, really. So, with the previous contact between these leading 2 cars, what is going to happen now between this next DRS zone coming up, heading out to turn 1. Jensen has retired from the session. To be honest, I don't blame him too much, in all honesty. But jumps into pit lane. We're not going to see what the battle's going to be like heading to turn 1. Does give Panda DRS and a chance to attack for the lead of this race in a minute. Alex does get the undercut on Buddha. That also gives Clint the undercut along with Lars and Jay. Moves Buddha down to P10. It's gonna be an interesting drive for him. He's only 3 seconds behind he was teammate. So how will those two go about things if and when Buddha catches up? So William jumps into the pits. It gives Panda the lead of this race. Aero into P3, Edgar into P2, Alex with the fastest lap 17.1. He is now slowly getting back into this fight. He has still got 4 cars ahead of him to box in this race. We are on lap 13 so far, so I would be very surprised if these 4 are aiming for a one-stop strategy at this point in the race. We've still got 20 laps to go, but it is very, very possible as we hit the mid-stage here as well. So 12 laps for the front 4. We'll see how these 3 get on, heading towards the final corner of the track, down towards the start-finish line. Any of these 3 gonna box? It is Edgar jumping into the pits. We've also got, well, all 3 of them jump into the pits, so it it will let Alex retake. Well, it will give Alex the lead of this race for the first time. It does give Alex the lead for the first time in this race. He's come through from 13th on the grid. Took the gamble with boxing 4 laps before the guys he was fighting towards the front of the grid, and now will give Jay, Riles, William, Buddha, Panda all something to think about. Panda I am mentioning here because he's been well and truly fighting in this race with some of the others. Got himself in a good position before boxing, and now will probably be potentially in a fight with it for podium in this race as well. 1.2 behind, but at the minute does have a penalty to deal with come the end of this as well. With a 3-second penalty, he is in P2. Jay will definitely fight this one back for as long as he possibly can. There's not much difference between either of them. Like I said, boxing the same, that by the looks of it as well. So, straight out fight for these two. Where is the next closest battle other than these two? Panda versus Buddha. He's caught up nice and quick to Williams with jumping board that quickly now. There's not much separating these two whatsoever. Panda will have the DRS as well. He's got 2 lap pressure tyres. It is making a difference on towards Buddha. So DRS active, Buddha moves aside. Knew this wasn't exactly the time to be fighting it. Panda with the DRS gets past into 5th place, and now will try and charge down William in P4. Mike with poor Clint just having a moment there when he exited the corner. Got a little bit of throttle happy by the looks of it. He will drop down to the 10th, and that is definitely not ideal. Gets onto the little escape road, gets himself round, and a lot of work now to do. But with another time penalty, what are they looking like now? So Panda with 10 seconds, Mike with 10 seconds, Buddha, Clint, Fives all with 3 seconds along with Riles, and Will with 6 seconds. Oh good God. 2 cars behind him with DRS. It will be Bars and William for second place potentially. Will Jay have enough battery to get past? Riles is completely out of battery, so it's going to give William a huge chance into turn 1. He tries to go down the inside, he makes it stick. There is contact. Riles looks like he just drove into the back of him there. Hey ho, we do race on. There is no contact, no damage by the looks of it on the front of the racing ball. And that is William into P2, Riles into P4. He tries to defend as best he could. With a new top 3 and a new podium setup for the time being in this race. Not necessarily succeeding. Let's have a little look quickly. So Jay has not yet been on the podium this season. He's looking for that first podium position of the season. His best finish so far is a top 5. Not sure where, but William now with DRS. Is Jay going to be able to defend this well enough? He's got, they are very level with battery. And William tries to look for inside move once again. Didn't get it to work this time around, but makes the inside move work. Round turn 3 he goes, and Jay does actually stay ahead. He had the grip for, well, he had just about enough grip to defend there as well. Riles having a huge moment and drops down to 9th place, so that gives Panda the chance into 4th place now. 10-second penalty though. That is going to be costly, with Buddha only 7 attempts behind him. And with another moment through turn 3 there. Down to 11th place. Some difficult races for people here, but we are watching the battle for P2 in this race. It is between Jay, William, Panda and Buddha. The 4 cars in this battle. As Alex has just buggered off up the road, 8 seconds in the lead now after starting in 13th place. Buddha looking to make the move round the outside of turn 4 there, and the 5. He does make it stick this time round. Jay will not be giving that up though. Keeps the move for... tries to keep the move for P2. Doesn't quite make it stick this time. William now in P2. Jay in P3. Panda still in P4, but not very far behind whatsoever. I believe Jason will be starting to go off a little bit here on lap 20. We've got 10 laps left of this race. Jay is on a much older tyre. Pitted on lap 8 before anyone else in this race. How Rowdy has done 12 laps on the mediums. Absolute credit to him. So Jay has jumped into the pits, gets rid of those 12 lap old hard tyres, and rightly so as well. Does give Panda P3 this definitely will be a new... Where the hell is Panda? So yeah, this could well be Panda's first podium of the season as well, if he can keep it up, if he can stay within the RS of William in P2 there. Buddha in P3, they both have got time penalties, so Panda with the more crucial time penalty will probably serve that if he makes a pit stop at any point between now and the next few laps. Rowdy also jumps into the pits for a set of fresh tyres. We'll have 5s right on his tail as he leaves the pit lane. Let's see whereabouts they are. Quite actually far between the two guys there. Alex with a 3-second time penalty. It's not going to be too costly for him right now. He is 7.5 seconds in the lead. Panda makes a move on William with the assist of DRS there. Absolutely great round. Turn 1 is now into P2 and 7.8 seconds behind Alex. How is he going to get on? He's got 4 lap fresher tyres than the race leader. Can he close that gap? Can he bring himself in for a potential win here? We've got 11 laps left in this race, and quite what looks to be an exciting end, especially with these podium positions up for grabs at the minute. So, 5 jumps into the pit zone for a set of fresh tyres as well. Not, don't blame Solid Brothers for getting some fresh rubber. William retakes the lead, retakes second place, in this race. Buddha still chilling there in P4. Just letting this race come to him. He knows Panda has a 10-second penalty ahead of him. So that could well see those Panda and Buddha swap over. They've also got Edgar 3 seconds behind. He is looking to close this gap, try and sneak a couple of positions in towards the end of this race. He is looking in for a podium at the minute with Buddha's 4 seconds. It's only 2.9 behind currently with these final 10 laps to go. It is quite literally anyone on the podium right now, or for that third podium place at least. Williams potentially got P2 wrapped up and in the bag, unless Alex drastically gets 6 more seconds worth of penalties. I don't see him losing this lead currently. We've got a few positions further down up for grabs as well. Edgar is under a massive fight. Panda retakes P2 in this race as well. As we're saying, Edgar under a lot of pressure from Aero, who does actually get into 5th place. Edgar though will not give up. He will look to fight that position back. Mike with a few penalties there as well. Looking for a couple of extra positions that will be tough with the drivers ahead of him. Both penalty free. Will with another penalty. Clint jumping into the pits. He's got a bit of a gap between himself and Tim Mann in that final point position. He's, by the looks of it, the only driver there on the back straight. There's a huge gap between himself and everyone else in this race. So Buddha with the most amount of battery between these cars in 2nd, 3rd and 4th. How will this play out? William and Panda doing brilliantly to conserve his battery around that previous lap to keep the 2nd place in this battle anyway, at least. Buddha just trying to conserve some a little bit more now for the battle again down the other straight in a minute's time. So let's jump back to the battle between Aero and Edgar and see what happens, see what Edgar can do for this race. Buddha's actually a lot closer now with jump back on board their fight just ahead in a minute. So, Alex, well and truly in the lead at the minute, will have the ice down this main straight. No wonder he's getting quick sector times at lap times at the moment. Still not able to make the move. Panda defending extremely well. 7 laps to go. This is going to be tough for Panda, but very, very doable. How will he cope for this aero with a 3-second penalty? His first of the evening, and that will be tough now with Edgar behind. He's under a lot of pressure from the Alpine driver. Look, try and get that battle behind as well. Let's try and see if Edgar can make the move on aero. He does indeed. As William also now gets past Panda, a very high move into turn 1 there, but makes it stick. Gets round down the inside of the racing ball, back into P2. Panda in P3. Once again though, Buddha just taking it easy in this race, knows not to do anything too drastic at the minute. He knows there's a podium within earshot of now and the checkered flag. Panda though, not giving up whatsoever, trying to fight this back, trying to put William under pressure to give him an ounce of hope and to put in the Ferrari under a lot of pressure. William though, very composed driver at the best of times, so we'll see what he can do. Alex, 8.5 seconds, almost 9 seconds ahead now, just absolutely crushing everyone out there today. He's fantastic drive for the Haas driver. Edgar gets back past Aero for 5th place. Not too much to fight there for Aero. Knows his struggles were there as soon as he got that time penalty. And Edgar though is on the back of these 3 here. Will he now come cause an upset for this final podium spot? Panda's going to need to have a huge 5 laps here. He's not going to want to let William get too close to him down the main straight. He knows it is this or nothing now at this moment in time. Although he can get a top 5, top 6 finish, I believe. For definite for Panda, but knowing he's been fighting for the podium for the best part of 15 laps, it will be a tough ride to draw out in a minute. 22 at the minute, fantastic drive overall. William just trying to close Budalo. This is the time for him to make the move. Will he try and do it down the inside? Not quite able to this time, as the Ferrari of William just closes the door at the last second, does it safely just about, almost clips the front wing, but we've now got Aero and Edgar in this fight in 56 there. They've now joined this fight for the second place spot at the minute. There's now 6 cars in this fight. 5 cars in this fight for this final spot. So Panda breaking the DRS detection there, now 1 second ahead of William. Let's make sure for Panda's sake that William definitely didn't get DRS, he hasn't. And he hasn't got a lot of battery left either. So, but 3 tenths behind, this is going to be a fairly easy pass for the Williams driver. Into P3 he goes. And now 9 tenths behind Panda. What is going to happen in his final 2.5 laps? William is second behind Buddha, with Edgar now 8 tenths behind, and Aero 3 tenths behind Edgar. This is going to be tough for William. He's going to need to deploy as much battery as he possibly can down this straight, with Edgar having battery and DRS available to him. How will he defend this going down towards turn 1? He goes to the inside, and unfortunately Edgar just keeps through round the outside and into P2 just before we hit turn 1. Edgar now P4, Buddha P3, William P5, Aero still sat there in P6 with the 3 second penalty. Only 2 drivers not to have time penalties this race of Edgar and William. And it could be very, very crucial for them and see them on the podium in a lap and a half time. So everyone all on the same side of the track, quite surprisingly. A very split field as well at the minute, with so the final lap of the race is underway. Alex 6 seconds ahead at the minute of Panda, who unfortunately has 10 seconds of penalty. We've got Aero has overtaken William, who's moved down to P6 at the moment. Will move back up a few positions depending on where he can get to in this last little bit of the race. Edgar though looks like he will be on the podium for the first time this season. He could be saying hello to the second spot on the podium. Alex will be crossing the line in a minute for this win in Imola. We are on lap 32 or 32, and across the line he goes. He takes the win. A dominant performance for Alex, 30th at first, and across the line second, but drops down a fair few positions, which just let that sort itself out. for a moment. So it does see Edgar into P2, William into P3, Buddha into P4, Aero into 5th, Panda down to 6th, and that is difficult. I feel so sorry for Panda at the minute. Lars in 7th, Mike in 8th, Jay in 9th place, Clint will come home in 10th place any minute now. Well, he's just at the end of sector 2 so far. Rowdy gets across the line in 12th position with 5s in 13th across the line just before Clint and Will, and he's had a moment in the final 2 corners there as 5s. Clint in 10th place, Will in 11th place, just outside the points. Unfortunate for him this time around. 5 just had a little bit of fun on the third day. Did jump onto the soft tyres, went for the fastest lap by the looks of it. Difficult race overall difficult race overall for McLaren, with his teammate finishing in 9th place, so only a couple of points to bring back for those guys. Alex though in P1, Edgar with his first podium in what seems like forever really. First podium in Tier 2 this season as well. William in P3, Bitter P4, Aero P5, Panda in P6, Miles P7, Mike P8, J P9, Clint P10, and with the fastest lap to round off the points finishers. A fair few pit stops for everyone there as well, and a ton of penalties and track limits. So that's going to be fun to go through for Shields later on. And there we have it, everyone. What a strange race at times. Yeah, bit of a strange race at times. A good battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 6th for them final 10 laps as well. We'll be back for Japan next week. We hope everyone has a brilliant week. Until next time, bye bye.